Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at Revelation chapters 12 through 18. These chapters are going to pull back the curtain a little. If chapters 6 through 11 showed us what life feels like in a broken world, these chapters show us what's really going on behind the scenes. Let's look at chapter 12 first. John sees a woman, a child, and a dragon. This is not about decoding symbols. It's about telling the story of salvation. The child is Christ, the dragon is Satan, and the war begins at Christmas. For the first Christians, this reframed their suffering. Their struggle with Rome wasn't just political. It wasn't just some oppressive leader. This was a spiritual battle that's taking place in the world around them. The enemy had already lost, but he was lashing out in fury because his time was short. The key here is defeated. Satan is cast down. Not because believers are strong, but he's cast down by the blood of the Lamb. The victory of Jesus was won by the blood that he shed. Chapter 13, we see the beasts rise, one political, one religious. Together, they demand loyalty, promise, security, and persecute those who refuse to conform. For the early church, this was unmistakably Roman. Caesar claimed divine honor. Economic life required participation in emperor worship. John's message was bold. Not all authority is godly, and not all peace is worth the price. For you and I today, these beasts still whisper. They offer control, they offer comfort, they offer identity in exchange for allegiance that belongs to Christ alone. Revelation 14 to 16, these chapters remind believers that evil is temporary. The harvest imagery shows that God sees everything, every injustice, every tear, every faithful act. The bowls of judgment echo a consistent truth. God's justice is not reckless or cruel. It is measured, purposeful, and righteous. For suffering Christians, this meant they didn't need revenge. God would set things right in his time. Chapters 17 and 18 bring us a focus on Babylon. Babylon represents a seductive worldly system, wealthy, powerful, immoral, and hostile to God. When Babylon falls, not just the ancient empire of Babylon, but the symbolic Babylon of all of those wealthy, powerful, immoral, and hostile to God things in life, the reaction is telling. Heaven rejoices when Babylon falls, but the world mourns. For the original hearers, this was freedom. Rome was not eternal. The empire that looked unstoppable would collapse under God's judgment. And for you and I today, Babylon still tempts us, calling us to place hope in money, power, and self-sufficiency. But Revelation calls us to come out of it, not just resist it, falling at the feet of Christ because he has already won. Be well, friends.